Well, we have new video tonight showing the long and slow cleanup after Hurricane Michael. People are now returning home to Mexico Beach, Florida, getting a look at what is left behind, and it is not much. David Ford splits his time between two properties that he owns in the area. He says the storm surge caused almost 6 feet of water to crash through his home. Hurricane Michael also caused the roof to collapse. So you're talking about water, you're talking about wind, destroying most of the unit and all the belongings inside. On the ground, crews have such a long way to go.
We have work to do. Responders have work to do, whether it's search and rescue missions, whether it's power companies, whether it's debris removal. We need to get vehicles in and out.
Residents are waiting for the insurance adjusters to come by so they can begin rebuilding. But there's a great question about what does rebuilding mean in places like that. It's going to have a very, very different look.